Assalamu alaikum students, hoping you all will be fine. Today we will start our revision lecture 4. In this lecture we will discuss unit number 6, direct and inverse variation, book page number 72. You have to prepare the page, mention the date, mention the day, mention unit number, topic and page number. Okay, so today we will discuss these concepts, direct variation and inverse variation. So we will have a quick reference of both direct and inverse variation. In direct variation, if quantity A increases, quantity B will also increase, and if quantity A will decrease, quantity B will also decrease. And in inverse variation, if quantity A increases, quantity B will decrease. It will be opposite to each other. And if quantity A decreases, quantity B will increase. Okay, so today we are going to start exercise 6, book page number 84. You have to write all the questions of this exercise in your notebook. You have to practice them. Question number 4 is the total cost of 10 lottery tickets is rupees 200 and find the cost of 20 tickets. So first of all, here's the solution. You have to collect the data from the question. So cost of 10 lottery tickets is equal to rupees 200. It's given in the question. And cost of lottery tickets, 25 lottery tickets you have to find. Okay, so to find the cost of 25 lottery tickets, you have to take the rupees x, you can say, as a variable. So this problem involves direct variation. How we can say it involves direct variation? Because as you see, total cost of 10 lottery tickets, 10 lottery tickets, the cost is 200, and total tickets are increased from 10 to 25. So obviously the cost will also increase for 25 tickets. That's why we are saying if quantity A is increasing, quantity B will also increase. So it includes direct variation. Okay, now we are going to make a table for tickets and cost separately. So we are mentioning for 10 tickets cost is 200 and for 25 tickets cost is x, means we have to find the cost for 25 tickets. Now as I have told you that you have to put the arrows with each value, you can say with cost and with tickets, with each term you have to place the arrows. But how you will place the arrows? First of all, we will place the arrow with the variable value like this. And I have told you that you have to put the arrow tail with the variable x, or if the variable is changed, whatever it is, you can write or you can mention the arrow tail with the this variable. Okay, so arrowhead will move upward, and according to the direct variation we have to place the value, you can say the arrow with the second value. For second value or for second term, we always focus on the variation, either it's direct or inverse. If it's direct variation, the arrow will move in the same position or same direction. So now we are moving towards this. I have drawn it again just for my comfort or your comfort. Okay, now we have to convert this data into the fraction. So how will we convert this data into fraction? Like it's the values with the arrow tails are numerators and values with arrow heads are denominators. So for this, the value with arrow tail is 25, so we have written 25 in the numerator, and with arrow head is 10, so we have written it in the denominator. Similarly for this one, we have written x by 200. Now as you see here, so as you see this 10 and 25 can be cancelled with the same number. So if we divide it with 5, 5 2s are 10 and 5 5s are 25, and here we are going to do the cross multiplication. So 2 will be multiplied with x and 200 will be multiplied with this 5. So we will write it like this: 5 multiplied by 200 is equal to x multiplied by 2. Now 5 multiplied by 200 will be equal to 1000, and x multiplied by 2 will be 2x. Now we have to find the value of x. So to find the value of x, we have to remove this 2 from here. So to remove this 2, we have to divide it on the other side, because it was multiplying in this on this side. When we will move it to the other side, it will divide. So 1000 divided by 2 will be equal to 500. So the cost of 25 lottery tickets is equal to rupees 500. Okay. Next is question number 5. The cost of 5 meters of cloth is rupees 1500. How many meters of the same cloth can be purchased for rupees 15,000? Okay, here's the solution. First of all, you have to collect the data. Cost of 5 meters of cloth is equal to rupees 1500, and cloth in meters purchased for rupees 1500 you have to find. What is the cost for that? Okay, so let the cloth in meter is equal to rupees y. We are taking the variable y for this one. So this problem involves direct variation. How we knew that this problem involves direct variation? Because as you see, the cost of 5 meter of cloth is 1500. 5 meters of cloth is having the cost of 1500. So we have to find the meters for rupees, or you can say for the cost 15,000. That how many meters we can purchase for these 15,000 rupees. Okay, so if as you see, we are increasing the cost from 1500 to 15,000. So if we are increasing the cost, we can purchase the more units of this cloth. So both are increasing, the cost and the meters both are increasing. That's why it includes direct variation. So here we are going to draw the table for cloth and cost. So we have written for 5 meters the cost is rupees 1500, and we have to find for rupees 15,000. Okay, now we are going to place the arrows. It's the direct variation, so arrows will move in the same direction, and first arrow will always be placed with the variable value. So we have placed it with y, and arrow tail will always with the variable. Now it will move in the same direction because it's direct variation. I'm repeating. Now you can convert these into fractions. So as I have told you in the previous question that the values with the values with the arrow tails are numerators, and values with arrow heads are the denominators. So we have created these fractions. Y by 5 is equal to 15,000 by 1500. So in this case, you can see these two zeros can be cancelled, and 15 and 150 can be divided with the same number, or you can say with 15 we can divide it. So 15 ones are and 15 tens are. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to do the cross product. 5 will be multiplied with 10, and 1 will be multiplied with this y. So here y multiplied by 1 is equal to 10 multiplied by 5. It's equals to y is equal to 50. 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. So in rupees 15,000, 50 meters of cloth can be purchased. Understood? Next is question number 7. An agent is paid a commission of rupees 200 for selling goods worth rupees 2000. How much commission will he get for selling goods worth rupees 30,000? So here's the solution. Paid commission is rupees 200. Commission for selling goods worth rupees 30,000. Let the commission rupees y. And I am repeating that you have to practice all the questions of this exercise. Okay? Now this problem involves direct variation. How it involves direct variation? Like an agent is paid a commission of rupees 200. 200 is the commission and he is selling the product worth 2000. So we have to find the commission if he sell the goods worth 30,000. So if the you can say the selling goods, the worth or cost of selling goods is increasing from 2000 to 30,000, so commission will also increase. So both the quantities are increasing, that's why it involves direct variation. Here we have drawn the table, marked the arrows. Now we are going to convert this data into the fractions. So after converting it into the fractions, these three zeros can be cancelled and 2 and 3 can also be cancelled with each other, or you can say can be divided with the same number. So 2 ones are 2 and 2 15s are 30. So we have to do the cross product. Now y multiplied by 1 is equal to 15 multiplied by 200. So y multiplied by 1 is equal to y and 15 multiplied by 200 is 30,000. So he will get rupees 30,000, sorry, it's 3,000. Y is equal to 3,000. So he will get rupees 3,000 commission for selling goods worth rupees 30,000. Okay. Now we are moving to the question number 13. If 6 men can do a piece of work in 20 days, how many extra men should be engaged to do the job in 15 days? Okay, so keep your eyes open for the solution. Let the number of men is equal to y. We haven't collected the data. If you want to collect the data, you can collect it. It's not a big deal. So 6 men and 20 days. They are doing the work in 20 days. So look here, the days are decreased from 20 to 15. So we have to complete that same piece of work in 15 days. So obviously we will need the more men. 6 men cannot complete that piece of work in 15 days. Okay. So as you see, we have decreased the days and increased the men. So it involves the inverse variation. Okay, it involves inverse variation. Now this is the table and I have told you that first arrow you have to place with the variable. We have placed it, and I have told you that for the second term we have to focus on the variation, either it's direct or inverse. If it's direct variation, the arrow will move in the same position or same direction, and if it's inverse variation, it will move in the opposite direction. Now we are going to convert this data into the fractions. So here it will be y by 6 because y is with arrow tail and it will be in the numerator. Like this, it's y by 6, and for this 20 is with arrow tail, so it will be in the numerator. It will be 20 by 15, like this. Now 15 and 20 can be divided with 5, so 5 threes are and 5 fours are 20. Now what we have to do, we have to cross product. Okay, so y multiplied by 3 and 6 multiplied by 4, like this. So 3y is equal to 24. Now to remove this 3 from here, we have to divide it on the other side. So 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. So as you see, in the question it's written that 6 men were completing that piece of work in 20 days and 8 men, we have found why, 8 men will complete that piece of work in 15 days. Means from this one we have increased 2 men, right? So 2 extra men should be engaged to do the work in 15 days. Understood? Okay. So that's all for today. Take care of yourself. And if you can't understand any concept, you can ask in Google Classroom. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.